you, my sweet Elizabeth. Once he has what he needs, he will leave you alone. What else could you expect from a liar and killer of women?
Hey guys, this is Gohan6425 on YouTube, the one and only. And right now, you are watching the one and only great WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm the WrestleGamer, Double B from the Bootrow. Let me introduce the panel for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. First up, from youtube.com/LanceMossTV, he is the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks for having me.
He is the insane machine, Cody Hawkins. Cody, how you doing?
Doing good, Bill. Can't complain.
Over on the hood on Instagram, he's the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. Will, what's up?
Oh, God. Ethan. This does not cripe well for TNA.
He faps to Miley Cyrus and licking hammers. It's James from the Big Easy. James, how you doing?
Billy, have you not learned? Put the damn duck down.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, WWE Battleground is coming up this Sunday, so I figured, I want to get predictions. We tried it on the Facebook page to try to get you guys involved, and some of you guys just didn't want to talk back to yours truly for some reason, but we're still going to do our own predictions video, barring any kind of mishap from our current Skype recorder right now. But anyway, let's look at the kickoff match for Battleground, Dolph Ziggler and Damien Sandow. And for some reason, with Damien Sandow having the Money in the Bank briefcase, it kind of leads me to believe that, if they want him to cash it in, then I would say that they would have to have him lose to Dolph Ziggler, because you would want to kind of make up for the fact that he lost on the Battleground match and cash in and become World Heavyweight Champion. It's just something I see happening. People want to make up for the fact that he lost earlier in the night by becoming World Heavyweight Champion. It's just something I see happening. I don't know why, but I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I'm going to go ahead and get your predictions for it, starting with Will. Will, your prediction for Dolph Ziggler and Damien Sandow?
Well, like I said, Ziggler's been being pushed downward, not upward. And look what we got. He is on the kickoff match against Sandow. Now,
Undercard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I don't know if Ziggler can get it together right now. I don't know. I mean, I would like for Ziggler to get back to that status, but like Cody said with his undercard remark, I'm going to safely say Ziggler does well, but Sandow wins out. Sorry.
Cody, your thoughts on the kickoff match?
Yeah, I agree with this guy here. It's simply put that Ziggler has been demoted. I mean, he had such a good thing going. I don't know what happened. I don't know who dropped the ball. I don't know who completely lost a random synapse in their mind in WWE creative team, but he needs to get back up there. I mean, he has that 5-star, that 5-star appearance, that 5-star ability. I mean, look at the past couple of years. He's had some of the greatest matches in WWE history of the past 10, 15 years. The guy is extremely charismatic. I don't see why they're putting him as an undercard. I quote, undercard. I mean, if you give it, the benefit of a doubt, sure, fine. Give him the opportunity, let him win. But in this case, it looks like it's going to have to go to Sandow.
Hashtag undercard. Lance, your prediction for Damian Sandow and Dolph Ziggler?
I gotta disagree with the guys. I'll go Ziggler.
And James, what about you?
I have to disagree. It's like Sandow, since he has money in the bank, he only want like a few matches. He's like on a stint, just like Ziggler is. But but what Billy said, I believe that's what's gonna happen. Ziggler's gonna win, and then what happened later on, and I tell you that later. So my pick is Ziggler.
Divas Championship on the line. AJ Lee with Tamina to defend the title against Brie Bella with Nicole in her corner. All I gotta ask, Will, is this math worth watching?
Is the match really worth watching, or is it the fact that we have to take a constant bathroom break? Yeah, you guys can answer that on your own, but this is where I think AJ is gonna finally drop the title. I mean, I don't see nothing coming out of this for AJ whatsoever. I mean, look at what she's done within the last month: power trip, pipe bombs, getting in Stephanie's face. I mean, this is where a total diva is finally gonna shine. The E channel is gonna get all the ratings. Blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Oh damn it!
Yeah.
Was I muted?
You muted yourself for like a second.
Ah. Well, sorry about that, folks. Brie Bella's gonna win. AJ's gonna finally lose it. I'm gonna be in the toilet. Yay!
I gotta say, you know what? Brie Bella would probably be looked on as the favorite to win, because a lot of people would look at her and say, you know what? If she wins the title, it would be like a positive omen for Daniel Bryan, and for Daniel Bryan to come out with the WWE Championship. I gotta say, I don't think they'll put the title on Brie Bella, because AJ Lee is a really strong diva. I want to go even further and say that she's a really good female worker and a female wrestler rather than just a diva. And I gotta say, WWE probably would not have enough confidence in Brie Bella to put the championship on her. Now, I have been wrong before. I'll admit the Wrestle Gamer is not perfect. You know, the Wrestle Gamer can make mistakes, but sometimes yours truly, the Wrestle Gamer, is right on the money with some of my predictions. So I gotta go with AJ Lee. Now, I say AJ Lee to retain, but Brie Bella will win the match via disqualification, because I would figure with Tamina being out there, there's going to be some sort of interference where Tamina will look at her employer and say, you know what, she's in trouble. I need to get her intentionally disqualified, so she'll keep the belt. So I'm going to say Brie Bella will win the match, but not the title. Lance, what about you? What are your predictions?
Yeah, like you just said, Tamina with the save, and it gives Brie the win.
Cody, what about you? Your prediction?
I completely agree. But there could be a little bit of a kicker added to that as to the disqualification. Not only would possibly Tamina would interfere in that match to make sure that AJ would retain the Divas Championship, and also adding what you said earlier about Brie Bella not being established enough, like ring wise, storyline wise, not established enough. Her establishment is with Total Divas. Okay, that's the end of the story. I mean, that's all there is. That's all she wrote. If you want to get a good Divas champion, you need to have a good Divas competitor. Okay, there's about three or four divas that are currently in the WWE that are totally worthy of the Divas Championship. Okay, and AJ Lee being the Divas Champion. All right, so honestly, there could be more than just Tamina interrupting. You can have the entire Divas locker room out there trying to break things up. You know, it could turn into an all out deal. Probably the following night for Monday Night Raw, turning into another 6 Divas tag team match or of some sort. It establishes a small little work. I mean, of course, it's going to be a pay-per-view. They're going to do something big like that. It's predictable. That's why this is a prediction show. So, once again, I'll agree with Billy and say AJ retains.
James, what about you? Your prediction for AJ Lee and Brie Bella?
I'm the only one. I think I'm gonna be wrong. I see Tamina interfering in this match on behalf of AJ, but there's something. I know I'm gonna be totally wrong, but this is just basically out of the box. I have a funny feeling Randy Orton is gonna have like a distraction, and AJ Lee's gonna take advantage of that distraction and basically win. Because remember, here's the thing though. Even though, yeah, Randy Orton's gonna be concentrating more on the WWE Championship, why not do a little small distraction? Just be funny, you know?
Well, up next, we're going to take a look at Kofi Kingston and Bray Wyatt. And James, when you look at this matchup, the way it's set up, one feeling that I get, this would probably be a make it or break it pay-per-view match for the Wyatt family gimmick. If Bray Wyatt does not go over on Kofi Kingston, I gotta say the Wyatt family gimmick is in trouble. But with the way everything's been going with the Wyatt family, with the way that we've seen the past involvement of the members of the Wyatt family in Bray Wyatt's matches, it's kind of hard not to say that Bray Wyatt's going to be the one that goes over on Kofi Kingston. Would you agree?
I agree 100% because basically, if you have Bray Wyatt lose to Kofi Kingston, basically you're saying I give up on the gimmick. That's just basically throwing a white flag, you know? And this is something. This is gonna be most likely it could be a good, but it could be a squash match also. So I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt on this one.
All right, Will, what about you? Your prediction?
Okay, what match are we on?
We're on Kofi Kingston and Bray Wyatt.
Oh God, I'm gonna jump off the Kofi Kingston, get back to your regular push train because them pants is not working for him right now, and Triple H having Bray Wyatt as his new project, and the way they've been going, yeah, it pretty much sums up everything we're thinking. Bray Wyatt wins with Sister Abigail. Harper and Rowan, they're just taunt poor Kofi while outside the ring. Yeah, give it to Bray.
Cody, what's your prediction for Bray Wyatt and Kofi Kingston?
Yeah, this is a typical case of another form of an undercarding of Kofi Kingston because remember last year Kofi was probably past couple years before now Kofi was probably at the major prime of his career. He had some pretty awesome matches, especially against Randy Orton. Oh, that's my phone. Anyway, I mean, especially against Randy Orton. I mean, you remember that storyline? That was some major freaking heat.
Yeah.
Okay. That was probably one of his highlight matches, other than being, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Intercontinental Champion. If I'm not mistaken, held the United States Championship at one time, and there's the, back then holding titles now, nothing. This match here with Bray Wyatt, this is pretty much a, yeah, you can fight back, but you're getting Hollywooded pretty much. You're gonna take Hollywood the majority of this match, and then you're gonna get interrupted by the guys on the outside during this match. So yeah, you're gonna have some fight, but you're pretty much getting Hollywooded the entire way through. You have these little small babyface comeback, little babyface shines, here or there. Give him his move set, his signature moves and stuff, and then cut him short, like cut him clean off at the shoulders, And it's simply put that the Wyatt family is starting to get their push, you know, It like y'all said, it's a project in the making, and they're going to use guys that were big then and that are not so big now as freaking test gerbils in this cage known as professional wrestling, specifically the WWE. So of course they're going to give the Wyatts the win.
Hmm. And Lance, what about you? Your prediction?
Believe in the buzzards.
Up next is the Intercontinental Championship match. Curtis Axel defending against R-Truth. And it's very safe to say, ladies and gentlemen, that Curtis Axel has done absolutely nothing as the Intercontinental Champ.
Zero. Nada.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Not a
yeah,
damn thing.
exactly. So I think now would probably be, I would say, the most appropriate time to take the title off of Curtis Axel and put it on R-Truth. Now, in what manner will they do it? I don't know. Will they have CM Punk's music playing to distract Curtis Axel, or will they have CM Punk actually make an appearance and try to do a physical distraction for Curtis Axel, and R-Truth takes advantage of it? Who knows? But for some reason, and I gotta say, I don't think Paul Heyman would be at ringside. I think Paul Heyman will probably be saving himself to be at ringside for the Ryback match, not for Curtis Axel's match, but for the Ryback match. It's just something I see happening. I don't think Paul Heyman will be there, and officially, I gotta call it shocker of the night. I know a lot of people have probably been looking at it and saying, "Oh, Curtis Axel's going to retain," but you know what? It's my personal opinion that I think that one, Paul Heyman is not going to be at ringside, and two, I think that R-Truth is going to pull it out and become the new Intercontinental Champion. Will, what about you? What do you think?
You made a healthy, valid argument on Curtis Axel. Too bad Rick's not here to defend his wrestler. But yeah, I come to the conclusion that R-Truth, I think now deserves the belt. I mean, yeah, Curtis Axel, he talks, doesn't do nothing. Why did they give him the belt in the first place? Lord knows we don't. But yeah, I've come to the shining light that Axel needs to surrender that belt immediately. So therefore, I'm jumping on the R-Truth train with y'all, and I'm gonna think a new champion.
Cody, what about you? Your predictions for the Intercontinental title match?
Yeah, I agree with y'all guys about R-Truth here because he has been getting his matches on Monday Night Raw. I mean, he's been getting some pretty good matches. It's just maybe that fire and technique that he had whenever he first got into the WWE isn't fully there, but the crowd is still behind him. That's a plus. He's gonna be the underdog here. And also bringing up another point, bringing up y'all point from earlier about Curtis Axel not doing a damn thing as Intercontinental Champion, unlike what his dad did, Kurt Hennig, being the Intercontinental Champion and being a great Intercontinental Champion at that. I mean, no offense, the boy's got big shoes to fill.
How many
You
times has
know,
he defended the title since he became champion?
what?
Once?
Once? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, because Kurt Hennig defended that Intercontinental Championship a few times, quite a few times, against some of the most star-studded superstars in the world of professional wrestling. You know, like I said earlier, he's got some mighty big shoes to fill from what his dad left behind, as well as what his grandfather left behind. He's a third generation superstar, and he's just all glitz and glamour because he's a third generation Hennig. I mean, come on now. You gotta throw in some new stuff. I mean, look at The Rock. He's a third generation superstar. The dude was phenomenal in his rookie years. Even whenever he started in the WWE as Flex Cavana, people still freaking love this guy. Why? Because one, his family lineage, and 2, he had the charisma to back up the gimmick. Okay, going from Rocky Flex Cavana to Rocky Maivia to The Rock. Okay, it just followed him, and he knew that he was great. Okay, so he took that ball and ran that sucker all the way down to the end. Okay, Curtis Axel needs to do the same. He needs to create. He's got his own gimmick name. He's got his own style. But the only problem is he's not breaking the mold whenever it comes to a third generation superstar. I mean, look at Randy Orton. That's another guy, third generation superstar. He broke the mold whenever he debuted in the WWE. Amazing superstar, and he's still a great in-ring competitor today. Curtis Axel needs to learn from his fellow men backstage, his colleagues, and whatever you want to call them. He needs to learn how to give up, trying to, keep tradition, because he's got to create his own tradition, with this entire situation as Curtis Axel, and R-Truth, he's a dude of his own caliber. If anything, he's getting more of a push than Curtis Axel's ever gotten. Okay, ever. So yeah, I believe that R-Truth is going to get that Intercontinental Championship this Sunday.
All right, and James, your prediction for the Intercontinental title match?
I'm seeing that this is gonna be a title change because I see Curtis Axel getting distracted by CM Punk. CM Punk is either going, we gotta have that music playing again, like what he did on Raw, or CM Punk might come out and actually did like a physical distraction, not touching him, but a distraction.
Or maybe just stand at the stage.
Yeah.
Just a simple standoff at the stage.
Yep. And up next, Jobs on the line. I'm sorry. I thought you were I thought you said you were jumping on the R-Truth bandwagon, Lance.
In the last recording, yes, but I hadn't said that yet.
I apologize then.
But I got a unique finish for this.
Okay.
Little Jimmy's gonna hit CM Punk's music, and that's gonna get R-Truth the win.
Little Jimmy.
Oh, dude, I can about imagine if that happens whenever friggin' like at the end of the match and they're friggin' all pumped up and R-Truth wins the title and everything and his music goes off and you hear that freaking crowd, Little Jimmy. Dude, that would make me roll so hard laughing. Like I would literally go put that on Facebook, okay, and it would just be epic. I'll have all the sound bits and everything. That would be awesome.
Wow. Well, up next, Jobs on the line as Cody Rhodes and Goldust team up to take on the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, the tag team champions. And for some reason, when I look at this, Will, I see Big Show probably getting involved in the match in some form or some facet because Dusty Rhodes will be at ringside, and we probably know that Dean Ambrose will probably be at ringside as well, and something's going to happen there, and I just see the involvement of a Big Show maybe to counteract Dean Ambrose for some reason, and I see Goldust and Cody Rhodes coming out on top, getting the win. I don't know if you agree with that, Will.
Yes, I actually do. Yeah, Big Show is going to play some type of big role in this match. I mean, if you go back to a couple weeks back when he hit his WMD and apologized and everything like that, Big Show has a lot on his plate as we speak. So look for him to play a special role. And I agree, the Rhodes family will win this match. And if Ambrose thinks about it, there's a 7-foot giant that's right across from you, so I think twice.
All right, Cody. If there's one thing that's safe to say is WWE needed a solid storyline to bring the Rhodes family back into the WWE, especially Goldust and Cody Rhodes. And so far, what they've been doing has been absolutely perfect, spot on.
But yes, and that is in fact true. But not to put a wrench in somebody's gears whenever it comes to thinking about this. But what if this it has a complete 180-degree flip off. Take that into consideration. All this workup, all this build up with the Rhodes family. Don't you think that there would possibly be one of those three from the Rhodes family that could possibly turn the tables on their own family?
Mm.
Mm.
So,
Aha.
so your prediction is that one of the Rhodes family members will turn.
Yeah, as a quote from a parody from M. Night Shyamalan. What a twist!
All right, Lance. I don't know if you agree with that, but what's your prediction?
Yeah, actually, I can definitely see that happening, and I can see it being Gold Dust.
Yes, exactly. You hit that one right on the head, brother.
Hmm.
Because he would want that job. If
Exactly.
anything, you never know, because it could be that fall into the temptation of being able to like put Grace himself back into the WWE again.
And keep
So
the
my
Rhodes angle going because that Gold Dust gimmick
exactly.
had heat between him and his dad for a while too.
And then next thing you know, it's going to be between Goldust and his brother Cody. So it's a good way. It's a good idea. This is just a pitch. This is a shot in the dark for
Yeah.
me. No, I mean, I sat and thought about it. I was like,
Hmm.
maybe this could work.
Hmm.
You know,
All right, and James, what about you? What's your prediction?
I could see that, but at the same time, I can't because remember the stipulation: if Goldust and Cody wins, they get job. But if both of them loses, that means if one turn but the other one gets pinned, both of them can't work for WWE anymore. So I see Goldust and Cody. No, I mean Goldust and Cody Rhodes winning the match, and they could do a turn after the match. I don't know.
Hmm.
but if you take into consideration, there could be an extended part of that storyline. There could be a little bit of a branch off with that match. Uh, Cody could get pinned because of Goldust. Okay, but maybe there was just like a little bit of an under the table deal to make sure that Cody did not win. But yet Goldust has a ace up his sleeve, because of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So I mean, like I said, that's just a complete brainstorm right here.
Spitball.
But it could, and I do mean that with a whole heart on this one. It could happen.
All right, well, let's look at the first title match, or I'll say world title match, as Alberto Del Rio defends against Rob Van Dam with hardcore rules in effect. And I said this back at Night of Champions, that I still feel that this is a big setup by Ricardo Rodriguez and Alberto Del Rio, and what way to kind of pull the gun or shoot, or kind of fire that bullet that we know that at that impending target will. What better way to do it? We thought they were going to pull the trigger and have Ricardo turn on Rob Van Dam at Night of Champions. WWE did not do that. Do you see them pulling the trigger at Battleground and having Ricardo screw Rob Van Dam out of the World Heavyweight Championship?
With this 90-day block that RVD's doing, this would be the most perfect opportune time to do it now. I mean, after this match, he's going to rest up for another 2-3 months and then come back, and that'd be right about Royal Rumble. Yeah, if the timing is right, he'll be back around Royal Rumble. His 90 days round. Yeah, WWE pull the trigger now. So I see Del Rio retaining, and my prop bet on James' sheet is Ricardo will eventually turn on RVD tomorrow night.
Well, James, I hope you got that down for me as well. That Ricardo will turn on Rob Van Dam. I don't know if you agree with that prediction, though, James. What is your prediction?
Well, it's weird on this one because really I'm flip flopping on this one, but this is what I think. All right. I think
Is that what Oksana
Raw.
does?
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you, Billy. No. Anyway,
Yeah.
oh, I got no, Billy. I got some for you after the show. Don't worry.
Oh God.
Anyway, I'm saying that Rob Van Dam wins. Ricardo turns on RVD. Alberto Del Rio beats up RVD. Then we got the famous song of Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Damien Sandow will cash in on RVD and win the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's one thing I didn't, factor into consideration is, will Damian Sandow cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase? Lance, what do you think? What's your prediction for the title match?
I'm going. Van Dam wins the world title, but he's so worn out after the match. Sandow cashes in.
Cody, what about you? Do you see Damian Sandow cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase on either Rob Van Dam or Alberto Del Rio tonight? Well, not tonight at
Well,
Battleground.
well, at Battleground, like, yeah, there is an opportune moment for Sandow to cash in, regardless of who wins this match. You know, but either way, if let's say Rob Van Dam wins it, you know, Ricardo can do his heel turn, all that goodness, and Sandow will come in, cash it in, try to go for the win. But with Rob Van Dam's history of resiliency, it will throw Sandow off. It could throw Sandow off and give Rob Van Dam that out of the blue freaking flurry of big moves and try to, retain, that would be one hell of a in the voice talent type of tone of CM Punk curveball.
Hmm. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for CM Punk and Ryback. Now, Paul Heyman's proposal to Ryback on Monday Night Raw was kind of, we kind of knew he was going to go for the Paul Heyman guy thing, but they just made it so homophobic. I thought it was just absolutely ridiculous. But last time we had a CM Punk Ryback match, was back to when CM Punk was WWE champion. It was at Hell in the Cell with the title on the line, and that's when we saw the emergence, if you will, of Brad Maddox.
We don't you forget TLC match
No,
in January.
I'm talking about the very first match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, between CM Punk and Ryback for the WWE Championship, and you know what? CM Punk really hasn't won a pay-per-view match since he's came back to. He won against Jericho. He won against Jericho, but so far I haven't seen him win a pay-per-view match. He lost to Lesnar, and thanks to Ryback at Night of Champions, he lost to Heyman. Would you, Cody? Would you kind of classify CM Punk as being on a losing streak on pay-per-views?
Well, technically speaking, yes, it would be considered a losing streak. But regardless on the losses, do you see how strong that crowd is whenever he comes out? He has the crowd pop. He still has the love of the fans. He still has the energy from the fans. And the fans know that eventually he's going to win a big one. Okay? He's going to get that big win. And Ryback is not a big win. Okay? So why even try to get a win over Ryback whenever he can aim a little bit higher down the road? Like I say within the next pay-per-view or two, get that amped up, give him that, that comeback kid, storyline, win a couple, lose a couple of pay-per-views, and the next thing you know, he comes right out the blue and wins a big one, just saying, as if, they do this in independent wrestling. They do this as independents. I mean, I'm one of those guys. Okay, for the first year and a half, wrestling for GCW, for Gulf Coast Wrestling, I was getting my ass handed to me, literally on a silver platter. Okay, and next thing you know, I get one big win in New Iberia against Trucker Jones, and the freaking crowd loses their stuff. Okay, it's the same issue with CM Punk. You know, big and bad, best in the world. That gimmick still rings true. He holds true to it. I mean, he's amazing on the mic. He's got great in-ring skills. But I wouldn't entirely give CM Punk that win over Ryback. Let the Paul Heyman guys get their build up a little bit. Then as soon as that build up gets to its peak, boom, CM Punk gets a win, shuts down the Paul Heyman guys for a couple of months, and gets that crowd back up and wanting to see CM Punk get in more high profile matches than what he's been in the past year.
So officially, your prediction is CM Punk.
Yes. Well, actually, no. My prediction is Ryback winning it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to proceed. It's going to cause a prologue to that build-up that CM Punk's going to need. That for that storyline for it to take shape. So I say Ryback gets the win, but for a purpose.
Will, do you agree with that?
Do I agree with Paul Heyman trying to make a difference, or this Be a Star campaign written all over Ryback?
Oh, God.
Foley.
I listened to both of y'all, and I only sense one little problem. Is Heyman gonna do anything? I don't know. We have yet to find out come tomorrow. But I see this being a really physical match. I see this match going inside the ring, outside the ring. You guys get the picture. But if Ryback wins this one, this whole fiasco of Punk and Heyman will never end. So hopefully, if Punk gets the win here, this would end it all and new things will happen. So I'm gonna go CM Punk. Ryback gets punked, and Paul Heyman runs like a dog.
Or a walrus.
Right, that's a seal. Never mind.
All right, James, what about you? What's your prediction?
I think this is where I may make this. CM Punk is gonna win, but by disqualification. I think Paul Heyman is gonna get Ryback disqualified. Punk is trying to get his hands on Heyman, but then he gets beat up by Ryback.
And Lance, what about you? What's your prediction?
I keep saying double count out.
Draw. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, well, it's a prediction. All right, as we look at the WWE Championship match, Daniel Bryan taking on Randy Orton. Now, at the last pay-per-view, we saw WWE put the title on Daniel Bryan, albeit under controversial circumstances. Scott Armstrong's fast count. I don't know if you want to call it an infamous fast count, but it was still a fast count that was really unnecessarily used because of the fact that Daniel Bryan used the running knee, which was technically his finishing move, that Randy Orton was knocked out, and they used a controversial finish for absolutely no reason. Now, if people look at it and say, well, they did that to screw Daniel Bryan the next night on Raw, which was technically what they did, but, I don't know. Lance, for some reason, I see possibly another controversial finish happening with Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton.
Yeah, definitely. And for some reason, I see Brian getting it. And then Triple H coming out, oh, no, restart the match or something like that. And then Orton actually in the night with it.
Well, do you see a controversial finish happening with the WWE Championship match?
Oh yeah, all signs are leading to something very controversial in this match, but I'm not 100% sure what it gonna be per se, but something will happen. But like I said, we're all gonna tune in and we're all gonna find out together. And my prediction is the yes man himself, Daniel Bryan. He needs to take this belt now.
Cody, is this Daniel Bryan's time to finally run and be the face of the WWE as WWE Champion?
I would say yes and no. Yes, because his buildup is uber stupid crazy. Like, big time. Like, I've never seen a gimmick get over that big. And something as simple as a simple small word, and with Daniel Bryan, having the experience that he has, coming from humble beginnings, you know, from independent circuit, Ring of Honor, all over the world, and now, after it's been about what 3-4 years,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around there since he's been in the WWE, went from being so minuscule to the WWE universe to being one of the hottest commodities. Of course they're most likely gonna give him the win. Yes, he will become WWE champion, but then there will be some kind of form of technicality, as was stated earlier, with Triple H coming out saying, no, this isn't right, blah 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 blah. You're nowhere near what the face of the WWE should look like, yada yada yada. You're knocking a page out of the old Tasmania book, the blah blah blah, the yakety schmackety. Okay, it's just gonna turn into a complete cluster. I think the crowd's gonna die off on it. Honestly, they're gonna get tired of seeing that same thing happen for what, the second or third time already. The past two pay-per-views have been a complete cluster. Whenever Randy Orton came in and cashed in that money in the bank after Daniel Bryan beat John Cena, people seen that coming. Did you hear a good crowd reaction whenever Randy's music hit? No. Yeah, honestly, you can hear a freaking pin drop whenever his music hit. And he came out and took out, him and Triple H took out Daniel Bryan. Why? Because it's not appealing, and they're not making themselves look any better. They're intentionally giving Daniel Bryan that push, to where whenever he does win that WWE title and maintains the WWE title, he can officially become the poster boy, that quote, the poster boy, even though he probably already is right now. So this match is just pretty much an establishment match. It's not, this underdog, anymore. It's more like the the hero of the WWE, as in Daniel Bryan. So with this match right here, it's like I said, it's not necessarily a little puppy in a big dog pen, but as he's already a big puppy given his size, but in an even bigger dog pen. You know, it's that transfer of that popularity, and also adding in the fact that he's already won the hearts of the WWE universe. The crowd's already going to see that he's going to win it. They're also going to expect that little curveball. So it's going to happen. To the crowd, it's obvious. So honestly, that main event's going to kill the crowd unless they do something that is a complete twist. So yeah, I'll give the win to Daniel Bryan, but expect that twist.
finally, James, what's your prediction for the WWE Championship match?
Man, this is hard. But I think they're gonna give it back to Randy Orton. I think they might continue on this feud going on into Hell in a Cell, or they can even have a 30 finish where it's the double pin. But my official pick is this Orton.
I gotta disagree. I gotta think Daniel Bryan. They'll put it on him, and it would be like one of the wings. There are a lot of rumors that they really want the feud to extend to Survivor Series, and I think the only way that I feel that they could possibly do that is by having Daniel Bryan being that champion. It reminds me so much of when Stone Cold Steve Austin was the WWE champion back in the Attitude Era. He was that rebellious champion that the owner, Vince McMahon, hated. And now it's transitioned to this generation, which is basically Triple H hating the current WWE champion, which would be Daniel Bryan. So I gotta feel that if they want to really pad this feud and really make this angle work like they want to at Survivor Series, then they need to put the championship on Daniel Bryan at Battleground. So that's officially my prediction. What I want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your predictions for WWE Battleground. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Lance, what can fans expect to see when they come visit your channel over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV?
A little bit of wrestling reviews, album reviews, NASCAR reviews, few cooking videos, Q&A, and whatever else pops in my head.
The Insane Machine is on YouTube as well. Cody, tell everybody where they can check you out.
Yeah, come check me out at youtube.com/CodyHawkins88. Be able to catch up on some of the latest matches I've been in. Favorite from WrestleGamer. So you'll be able to see some of my favorites from all over independent wrestling, as well as certain game reviews and old school vintage video footage.
Well, one of them is wearing fake red and yellow Air Jordan Nikes, and one of them really watches Bert and Ernie religiously. It's James from the Big Easy and the Bay Area MVP known as Will. Guys, what you got coming up?
MVP?
I'm just getting ready for football tomorrow and Battleground tomorrow, so nothing else to update right now, just football and the pay-per-view.
Yeah, same here. Football, pay-per-view, football.
Alright, fans, also don't forget to like the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/WGS-TV, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So for the incomparable Lance Moss from Lance Moss TV, the Bay Area MVP known as well, James from the Big Easy, and the Insane Machine, Cody Hawkins, I'm the WrestleGamer. Don't be Billy Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching. Tonight's preview and prediction show for WWE Battleground has been brought to you by James and the Big Easy's brand new charity, Cheer Shots for Bears.
Fuck Ethan.
What? Chair shots from... Oh yeah, this is from earlier, Billy.
Stoke answers. Stoke answers. Stoke answers. Stoke answers. Spiritual meaning. Stoke answers. Stoke answers. I'm Haley Ringrose. Stoke answers.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spiritual meaning. Stoke answers.